Hello YouTube, how you doing? How you doing? This is Keith Kevin Ken. I'm Kevin. It's time again for our knife of the day. This is a daily series where I go through my collection knife by knife, day by day. I figure a year or so, year and a half maybe, we'll get through all of the collections, all four of the Pelican cases. I have my collection in three 1500, no, I'm sorry, three 1550 Pelican cases and one 1600 Pelican cases, the big ones. And so we'll make it through all of the collections. We're starting with the Spyderco collection. It's by far my biggest collection. And we've been doing, since the premiere of this series, the discontinued knives. We've been doing this for 2 months, over 62, 63 days. And we're still on the discontinued knives, and we have a lot more to go. We're going back into history. This is a wonderful knife. It's called the Michael Walker Lightweight Knife. So the Michael Walker Lightweight Knife is our knife of the day. Now, why is it called the lightweight knife? Well, the original Michael Walker, which I don't own, is a beauty. It is just a beauty. Carbon fiber, the pivot is titanium, and it's iodized blue. It's just a wonderful piece of work. I have seen it. Yes, it's very discontinued because it even happened before this one. I have seen these in excellent condition in the secondary market, and I honestly haven't seen one below $500 or $450. Just too much for me. But I did want a Michael Walker, and I found this one in excellent condition. Yes, it's a combo blade. I know some people, when you look at a serrated edge, or what Spyderco calls the Spidey edge, everyone freaks out. I don't. I'm okay with serrated edges. I really love serrated edges when you talk about a defensive weapon. When your knife turns into a weapon, because it can cut someone up big time. Very sharp coming from Spyderco, but also just in regular cutting. A combo blade is even better if you want to do rope or something like that with the serrated edge. Then, of course, you have the plain edge. Actually, I got this because this was the best example of this knife I could get. Plain and simple. You know, when you're collecting, you usually start as a type collector like I did, which means you just want an example of every knife you can find from that maker. And then later you start getting into all the variations and stuff. So let's talk about the Michael Walker Lightweight, okay? It is lightweight. It's only 1.6 ounces in weight. FRN scales. So Spyderco went to really make this light. That's fiberglass reinforced nylon. I call it space age plastic. It's just a very good, strong, durable plastic. In this case, instead of the titanium pivot, it has this. Can we get in there? Yeah, it actually has an FRN pivot that comes off of the surface, so it's nice and round. And where Spyderco usually has their badge, what I'll call a badge in the middle, the circle that tells you what kind of knife it is, with a Spidey in the middle, Spyderco, and then the type of knife. This one does it on the pivot. So that's interesting. Of course, putting it all FRN scales makes it super, super light. You see the lanyard hole at the bottom. Of course, it does have a back spacer. And when you look on this side, this may look a little strange for you, but the earlier Spydercos, you see all that writing on the clip? Well, Spyderco, with its worker knife, the first knife with the Spyderco hole, the Spidey hole, also was the first knife with a pocket clip. And so Spyderco has patent pending on a lot of the earlier clips, whether it's this molded clip. They have done molded clips, a lot of molded clips. This one is still very good. Again, this is just in excellent condition. The problem with the molded clip, remember, they weren't thinking about four-way or two-way clips, even when they turned to the wire clips in the earlier ones. The molded clips had a big problem. And the big problem was they bent out of shape, and then how do you change them? How do you make them better? And so that was the problem. So of course they stopped the molded clips, but this one is in great condition. Again, very light. Let's talk about the blade, okay? The blade is a hollow ground blade. Look at the swedge at the top. Just good workmanship. With that, along with the combo blade, it just looks interesting. Still comes to a nice point, very strong point. It's a good EDC kind of knife, especially when you're talking about 1.6 ounces, so light. Again, one of the earlier steels that Spyderco liked was AUS 8 steel. This is AUS 8 steel. This is before they started introducing VG10, and then of course nowadays some super steels, right? Like CPM M4 and S110V, etc. S35VN. What a wonderful knife. You know, I'm really enjoying this Knife of the Day series. I hope you are too. It's getting me into my collection and getting me to bring out these older knives than when I was collecting. You know, the hardest part of collecting, you can do the modern day knives and pick them up at the going price as Spyderco releases them. It's finding good examples of some of the earlier knives and trying not to go bankrupt when you when you're buying them. Look at just steel, smooth. Listen to that lock, frame lock. Hasn't slid over all that much. It has slid a bit. You know, the thing about frame locks, and now you see in modern day knives, a lot of them, they have the steel inserts. And the reason they do, now this right here shouldn't slide as much. Usually they have it on the frame locks, because usually the frame locks are off of a titanium body, and titanium against steel loses, starts wearing down over time and starts sliding. Now this right here is a steel frame lock. That's the only problem. You know, I'll tell you, doing a YouTube video, that's a problem. In regular use of this knife, not a problem. It still locks up strong. It's not bent out of shape, as you can see. But what a wonderful knife. I mean, if you get into the artistry, I know anyone can look at this video or any others and say, well, you know, it doesn't have this and that, and I love the steel, but just when you're looking at a history of a company and when you're collecting and you're able to get a very nice knife in this kind of condition, I just wanted to share with you, it's another discontinued knife. So 2.5 inches on the blade, 1.6 ounces, very small, hollow ground, combo blade, liner lock with that swedge. Take off some of the steel off of that blade. Look how nice it is. Some of that steel off the blade make it look more interesting, as if having the combo blade isn't interesting enough. That, my friends, is a Knife of the Day. It's the collaboration between Michael Walker, the custom knife maker, and Spyderco, one of their earlier knives. Of course, this was the lightweight version of the original Michael Walker with that wonderful pivot. If you ever get a chance to see a picture of it, you should. If you ever get a chance to own it and you have the money, you should. I've had the money in the past when they've come available, and I said, let me go get another variation on a Delica and a Chris Reeve knife. That's the kind of price it was. There you have it. That's the Knife of the Day. If you're enjoying this series as much as I am, I'm enjoying it. Thumb it up every single day. We do a Knife of the Day. We're going through my collection, knife by knife, day by day. Check out the playlist. It's all of the Knife of the Days. I add these every single day. It's one of 2 ongoing series that I do every day. Of course, we do the Knife of the Day, and then the Pocket Dump Deconstruction, which we've been doing over a year now, every single day. Like, thumb it up. That just lets me know to keep going before work. Sometimes it's a struggle, especially on Mondays. So let me know that you're out there. Share it. You can share this link. Also, don't forget to subscribe. That just helps me out. We're trying to reach a 2,000 subscriber goal. And turn on your notifications. Yesterday I had 3 videos. I had the pocket dump deconstruction late at night. If you haven't caught that, go catch it. I had the knife of the day, and then I just purchased a new knife from Blade HQ, the Blade HQ exclusive CPM M4 military from Spyderco. Go check out that video. Hey, you guys, it's always a pleasure. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, with a new knife. It'll be discontinued from Spyderco. You have a great one. Have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.